I'm Richard Masters, Vice President Data and AI. We're using AI at Virgin Atlantic to really support decisions for our people. Yeah, so our core platform for AI is on Databricks, and we're also using the Microsoft Copilot tools within Virgin Atlantic to really just help people make better decisions for analysis, for insight, for distilling documents, for ideation, just supporting how they do their day-to-day. When we're using AI for decision support, it helps you communicate your answer more effectively. It can help you distill information. It can help you kind of rethink a problem potentially as well. And it can start to automate some of that problem solving for you, whether it's in Microsoft Copilot or within models that we've built within our own data platform within Databricks. It can really help that process. Yeah, a lot of the questions we had earlier today were kind of really interesting around how they should prepare for the use of AI. So the mindset was really important. Tooling that would be available to people, whether they needed technical skills was another big one. And we found that where all the people think they need to be technical with this, they don't, because it's really the UX that's changed a lot. The user experience has changed a lot with the advent of ChatGPT and Copilot and these tools. So actually, it's around a new way of thinking and how it can augment your workflow. The benefit of apprentice schemes is providing the structure around the curiosity that we find with a lot of people that are really starting to embrace AI or are interested in it, rather than just kind of explore it on their own and not really know where to go or who to talk to. The apprentice schemes kind of give that structure, gives the community, gives the structured learning as well as the guidance and the tooling to really kind of accelerate the best use of these tools. People have been taking up data analyst roles in the past, which have gone really, really well. Data citizen roles as well, to kind of really get familiar with essentially the underlying data that's going to fuel AI and insight in general. And that helps people think differently about even what data is and what that really means to them, and how it can really help their workflows and their decision making. So it's really important that we stay relevant in that space, mainly because it's moving very quickly, and we're going to want to take advantage of the tools and the developments that are coming out there. And it's not just the latest model or it's really the platform, the integration, how that starts to have halo effects in terms of funding, in terms of other technologies that are coming up around this, and helps us give the best experience for our people and ultimately for our customers, and also understanding how our customers are starting to use this technology as well. So we've really got to keep on top of it if we're going to give these premium journeys. Yeah, so Cambridge Spark offers a lot of different components of the AI apprenticeship. Their Educate.ai platform's been really successful with the data analyst apprenticeship, and out of those components and the tools that they promote as part of the AI apprenticeship are really helpful as well, and keeps it relevant to what we've actually got available within the enterprise versus going and picking a bunch of tools or applications that they're just not going to be able to use in their day-to-day. So they're really keen on tailoring it and making sure it's relevant to us. The wider community, the way they think about integration of the apprenticeship with your day-to-day, having the 13-month plan with the apprenticeship really helps there. So every week you're seeing the relevance of what you're doing and how that can change your job. All schemes to do with AI are going to develop quite a lot, because in some areas we're really trying to figure it out. What do these new terms mean that were all mentioned earlier? Hallucination, evals, there's lots of new stuff coming in there, which I think in the traditional data and AI world, in the data science world, some people may roll their eyes because we've had different terms before, but it really helps actually communicate to people that haven't been in this world what the limits are of these systems and how we can use those effectively. Hallucination is error. Evals are really important when it comes to understanding the impact of these tools. So keeping that really relevant is important as well. I'm really excited about what AI can do for us in terms of augmenting what people do in their day-to-day, whether it's enabling functions, our crew, but also how our customers are going to start to use it as well, because that's going to really change up how we think about the journeys for our people and how we can really give them the best experience in a kind of multimodal sense. It's not all going to be digital. There's lots of, it's all physical in terms of people sat on planes for us, and seeing how AI can augment what happens in people's journeys and travel is really, really exciting, because that's where innovation is really going to come in. When you're adopting or taking on an apprenticeship scheme or looking at it, it's being curious. It's if you've got any curiosity at all, it's nurturing that and using this as a mechanism to kind of really develop that curiosity and give you the resources you need. It's a really good environment to experiment within a framework. It's not like a set period of time in a classroom, and then you've got to kind of think about, after that few weeks have ended, right, how can I remember this thing from 2 months ago and use that today? You get to see it in your day-to-day constantly throughout the 13-month period. So that's a different way of thinking about learning and development, and kind of keeping that up to date. You know, apprenticeship isn't what you have to do before you go into the world of work, isn't the way it used to be. It's something that can really augment what you do anyway, and augmentation really fits in with the AI ethos as well. I think taking on any sort of learning and development around, again, sparked by your curiosity, is always going to benefit your career, because you become more interested in what tools and processes we have, but also how as a business we can adapt to that, and more interested in the actual business you're working in is always going to benefit your career. I think having the awareness of AI and the tooling and where that's going, and being more up to date with it, is definitely going to help your career and help you adapt to these tools, because we're still uncertain of the impact of these tools and what they can improve. So being ahead of that is always going to help you. So the main things we do at Virgin Atlantic is provide that time and that commitment to support them in development. You know, their leaders and managers are also really actively engaged in providing that time and keeping up with them in apprenticeships and any L&D. And also providing the other teams, especially my team when it comes to data analysis and AI, how we can kind of learn from the people doing the apprenticeships, how they're thinking about the use of these tools, helps us build better products as well. So it's within our interest to kind of build things as well as kind of support people in their own careers as well. I think the message to Cambridge Spark would be keep doing what you're doing, keep developing these apprenticeships and adapting those to the technological landscape, as well as how our organisations are changing as well, and keeping that great link between technology and people that they have in place. And I'd like to see just more apprenticeships come up, really. I think the concept of apprenticeships is really well regarded within Virgin Atlantic, and it really helps people think about their jobs and develop personally in lots of different ways. And the data analyst and AI apprenticeships, you know, as we said before, are available and utilised right across the business as well. You know, we're really efficient as an airline, and this helps us keep doing that, really, and helps us kind of really grow in the right way and make the best decisions, really. So that's it. If you're taking on AI tooling and the AI apprenticeship using this or dipping your toe in the new world of data and AI, or in the way it is now, just remember to be curious and to understand the error intrinsic in these systems and how you can adapt to that. It sounds quite abstract, but actually if you understand these hallucinations are present, they are beneficial.